Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Sorry, there was like a weird noise then. Basically, I've had loads and loads of messages from you guys, which is really lovely recently, so thank you so much. But I've had loads of messages actually asking me about my training. Basically, to cut a long story short, I'm a performer. I've performed in the West End, on tour around the UK for the past kind of 6 years. And I've had quite a few messages from you guys asking for kind of my background and my training and where I went to college and things like that. So I thought I'd do a little video about it today. I didn't really want to make that many videos of me just kind of talking about myself, because I kind of feel like that's a little bit self-indulgent. That's not what, you know, I've made this channel for. I have made this channel to kind of help people if they are wanting to start out in the theatre industry or acting or performing in any way. And I've had so many messages asking, so it seems like it would be something helpful, because I guess it's helpful for you to see places that people train or other people's journeys are. And I'm actually thinking of starting to do interviews with people in the industry. So if you'd like to see interviews and things with other people in the industry, let me know, and I can really look into making that happen, because I think that would be quite interesting. So if you're interested in that, comment down below, let me know, and I'll see if I can make it happen. I'm going to be doing a little chatty video just about my journey to performing in the West End. So if you're interested, feel free to stick around, grab a cup of tea, get comfy, and let's jump into the video. Let's just rewind like 20 years. So I started dancing when I was probably about 2 or 3. My auntie used to look after me when my parents were working, and she took me to a dance school just back home in my hometown. And so I went there kind of from a young age and obviously really enjoyed it. But I did lots of different activities when I was little. I was like into ice skating, gymnastics, and dancing. And then it kind of like, as I got older, like started doing less and less other things, and dancing kind of became my main focus. So then I went to another dance school and I started doing like dance festivals and stuff. Like my first ever dance was Winnie the Pooh. It was hilarious. I was about 5 and just dressed as Winnie the Pooh. And then I started to do more and more dances and like different types of dancing, tap, jazz, ballet. And then I did a song and dance, and I was about 8, I think. Let's just say it wasn't the greatest thing to hear. And my dance teacher actually went up to my mum and politely suggested to her that I have singing lessons. I then went to a local choir and started doing singing with them. Really loved it. So I was going to my local dance school, my local choir, doing lots of like dancing festivals up and down the southwest, like places like Slough, Basingstoke. Oh, that was it. I did a workshop with Wayne Sleep. It was so cool. Basically, he had put on a workshop, and my dance school had said, oh, like, does anyone want to do this workshop? I can't remember how old I was, maybe about 9 or 10. And at the end of the workshop, someone, I don't really remember, I should have probably asked my mum before I made this video, to be honest, basically called my mum over and said, your daughter should consider auditioning for the National Youth Ballet at the NYB. So then I auditioned for NYB, National Youth Ballet, and I got in. So I did that, and there was loads of really talented dancers there, and lots of them I discovered along the way went to the same performing arts school, and I was like, wow, I need to go to that school then. Bless my mum and dad. I went home after this blooming summer school and was like, I need to go to this school. And they were like, okay. So it's basically like a school where you can go from the age of like, I think you can go from really young, like 7 or 8. But basically the premise of it is half of the day you do all your schoolwork, and then the other half of the day you do your training. So if you're training in ballet or musical theatre or acting, you do that for half the day as well. I auditioned and I got in at the age of 13. I went away initially on the dance course, so I'd do all morning ballet classes, tap classes, jazz classes, all different kinds of dancing. And then in the afternoon, after lunch, we'd do, well, I was getting ready for my GCSEs, so I'd do the like science, maths, French, all that kind of thing in the afternoon. So yeah, it kind of worked like that up until I was in 6th form. I stayed on for 6th form at the Performing Arts School, and I did a BTEC in Performing Arts, which was the diploma, so it was like worth 3 A-levels, I think. Because let's face it, I wasn't going to be any good at A-levels. I knew that. If I'm not interested in something, I won't be good at it. I just won't. Like, if it's something I really love and I'm really passionate about, which I was about performing, I go for it. And like, I just had tunnel vision. I was like, don't want to do A-levels, don't care about. Sounds like a drone. Okay, it's gone. When I was in 6th form, in my second year of sixth form, in upper sixth, we all started to kind of audition for drama schools because that's what we wanted to do. You could either kind of leave at 18 and go straight into auditioning for jobs in the West End or on tour in London. I wanted to do a degree in musical theatre, so I decided that at 18 I would audition for some of the top drama schools and see how I did, and then if I didn't get in, I'd reassess and assess my options. So when I was in upper sixth form, I auditioned at 3 drama schools. I auditioned at Arts Ed, Mount View and Guildford. So that's Arts Educational School in Chiswick, Guildford School of Performing Arts in Guildford, I don't know if that's its official title, but it'll be something like that, and then Mount View Academy of Theatre Arts in London. So I auditioned for them and I got in to Mount View and Arts Ed. Then I had to kind of decide which one I wanted to go to. I don't really know how I decided this. I got a lot of advice from other people, but I just had a gut feeling that I needed to go to Arts Ed. I don't really know why. It wasn't like I preferred it or thought it was a better school or it was my dream to go there. I didn't really have a specific school in mind that I wanted to go to. I just wanted to train and be in the West End, really. But then I just had this weird gut feeling about Arts Ed. I don't really know what it was. So I decided to go to Arts Ed and train in a 3-year musical theatre degree course. So at the end of it, you know, if you do well, you get a degree out of it. Yeah, I got in there and I was lucky enough to get a scholarship. So I went there at 18. When you're in your 3rd year, you do shows at these performing arts colleges. It kind of varies from school to school, and the schools invite agents in. So it's just really funny because I just I stumbled into everything. Like, it just kind of all happened to me, as like I didn't kind of start and think, okay, now I need to get an agent, not really nervous. I just kind of was like, okay, that's what happens next, and we'll kind of cross that bridge when we get to it. But yeah, so what then happens in your 3rd year usually is agents will come in to watch the shows, and that's how you kind of get an agent, because normally you need an agent to audition for certain shows in the West End, in London, regional, you know, anything. You don't always need an agent. I've actually done another video addressing auditions and agents and how you kind of get in the room and what to expect in the room, which I'll link above, so check that out if you're interested in that aspect of it. So I kind of go into more detail about that there. So then I did my 3rd year shows. Lots of agents, theatre agents, came to watch the shows. They then kind of email the school of people they're interested in, and you go for meetings with them, and then you kind of mutually decide whether or not you want to be represented by them to then audition for shows. So then I think I'll do a bit more of an in-depth video on agents specifically and what you need to know about it and what to be aware of and how to get an agent maybe. So if you're interested in that, comment down below. I actually was lucky enough, because we had choreographers and people come in to choreograph our 3rd year shows. So we got to meet a lot of amazing people in the industry, and I was lucky enough to be asked to audition for a show called Singing in the Rain at Chichester Festival Theatre. I auditioned for that in kind of the January time of my 3rd year, so I didn't have an agent at this point. I'd done a couple of my 3rd year shows, but I didn't have an agent. I wasn't signed with anybody, but I went along to this audition and I got the job. I mean, no one was more surprised than me. So after I got the job, I then signed with one of the agents that had come to watch my 3rd year shows. So I ended up leaving Arts Ed slightly earlier than I was meant to start this job, because I think the job started in May and we didn't actually technically finish till like end of July, August, and then we graduated in September. So I left early to do that job over the summer, which was incredible, absolutely incredible. So then I finished my training, graduated, and I was lucky enough to have a job. I don't know whether to carry on and do like jobs as well. I think I'm gonna leave it at that. If you'd like me to do another video about kind of my career so far, I'd be more than happy to, but I didn't want to bore you and just be like, oh, I did this job and this job and this job. I thought it was better for me to focus on kind of my journey, like training wise. If you'd like me to go more in depth with that, let me know, but I just thought I'd give you kind of a basic, this is my journey to how I got into the industry. So I hope that was helpful, and if it was helpful, give the video a thumbs up so that I know, and comment below anything else you'd like to see. So that was my training journey from how I started dancing when I was 2 to how I got into the industry at the age of 21. So I hope that was helpful for you to hear about. I really hope that this video was helpful and that you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, just click the subscribe button below. I hope you have a really lovely day. Thanks for watching, bye!